Here this morning to my right, I'd like to welcome the Minister for Sport, Tourism and Major Events, John Aaron, Storm CEO, Dave Donaghy, Storm Head Coach, Craig Bellamy, and Leeds Rhinos CEO, Gary Hetherington, to officially now make this very big, this very exciting announcement on why we are gathered here at AAMI Park this morning on this beautiful Melbourne morning. I'd like to hand over to our Minister for Sport here in Victoria, John Aaron.
Thanks very much, Clint. Can I also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present. Of course, to Dave, to Craig and to Gary, thank you for being here. This is a great day, and to Gary particularly, who's a visitor obviously, this is the sort of weather that we have in Melbourne all the time. And I know that where you come from the weather isn't as good, but you'll get some purple rain in February, that's for sure, here. Look, this is a great day. Melbourne, of course, you're in the AAMI Stadium at the moment, and AAMI Stadium is obviously one of the best rectangular stadiums in the nation. That's not us saying it, this is the coaches and the players that say it. The design of it, the accessibility of it, the ground itself is a wonderful tribute to our state in terms of how much we value sport. And when you look at the whole precinct, it has been invested in by consecutive governments, of course, and currently across the road at the tennis centre, there's developments going on right now. So after the next lot of developments that will go on at the tennis centre, it'll be worth over $1 billion worth of investments that have been made. And so we've also got, I just want to make a point of this, and I think it's important because these titles are very important to us as a state and as a government. We're the sporting capital, we're the major events capital, and we have been voted as being the sports city of the last decade, and also have been voted as having the best sporting infrastructure when you consider AAMI Park, the tennis centre, the MCG, Etihad, and so on and so forth. And so being the major events capital, you've got to be on your toes all the time, making sure that you get the events that are the most valuable, the best of the best. And that's what we do right here. We have the best of the best events. And today I'm really proud to say that we've got another great event coming our way. Rugby League is big in Victoria. We love our Storm, the premiers, and you know, in the short period of time that the Storm have been in existence, they've shown themselves to be resilient, strong and committed, and a great team to follow. And again, they've won the premiership this year, and of course we're very proud of it as a government. We're very proud of the Storm as a state. And so when you consider Rugby League, we've had some great events, and just recently had the opening game between England and Australia in the Rugby League World Cup. That's another great event, and on Sunday we will have the quarterfinals played right here again. In 2015 we had the State of Origin. Record crowds attended the MCG, 91,500 people attended that wonderful game, and I was sitting right next to the then Premier of Sydney, New South Wales, Mike Baird, and I said to him, you can never do this in Sydney because you haven't got the grounds to accommodate. We've got the record crowds, you can never have 91,500. And that was a great day, considering there were over 30,000 of those people were from interstate and contributed some millions of dollars into our economy, and that's what it's about as well. We have the State of Origin being played in Melbourne again next year, and of course that's going to be a great game. But today, of course, I'm really pleased to be announcing, of course, the 2018 World Club Challenge will be held right here in February, and I'm really proud as a state government that we have invested in this very important event, and I know the Rhinos are up for the challenge because we've the Storm have faced each other, Rhinos and Storm have faced each other on 3 occasions, and the Storm have been successful on 2 of those occasions, and I think the Rhinos want to get one back. So it's a great day, it's fantastic for our economy. Of course, major events constitute some $2 billion worth of economic activity to our state, and we're really proud as a government, the Andrews Labor government, in investing in such important events, particularly when it comes to Rugby League. So it's a fantastic day. I thank all involved, and I wish both clubs all the best in February.
Thank you so much to Minister Aaron. So, just in summary, the 2017 NRL Premiers, our very own Melbourne Storm, to take on Super League title holders, the Leeds Rhinos on this very field on Friday 16th of February. That is a night match, of course, to determine the world's best rugby league team. This is the first time that Melbourne will host this marquee match and just the third time it's been held on our shores here in Australia. It really will be a blockbuster match with both teams winning their grand finals in dominant fashion. 6 days apart, can you believe? The Storm over the Cowboys 34-6 at ANZ Stadium, of course, and Leeds over Castleford 24-6 at Old Trafford. And this match, I'm proud to say, will be broadcast on Channel 9 live in HD in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane as they kick off their 2018 NRL schedule of coverages. Also here for today's announcement is Storm CEO Dave Donaghy. I want to welcome him now. Dave, this is no doubt another exciting chapter for the Melbourne Storm because you're taking part in this challenge and it's here on your home deck, AAMI Park. What does it mean?
Yeah, it is, Clinton, and thank you again to the Minister for joining us today and for the support of this really important game for not only Melbourne Storm, Leeds Rhinos, the NRL and Super League. It's a wonderful event we're able to bring to right here at AAMI Park, and hopefully, Gary, and welcome to you as well. You can see the environment and the atmosphere that's looming in February. Look, it's a chance for us certainly on a national, international stage to demonstrate what our club stands for, and for us, off the back of such a successful year in 2017, 2018 has such a huge opportunity. It's a new year. There's another trophy up for grabs. We're in it. We're in it to win it, and certainly 2018 is our 20th year. It's an enormous year, it's a significant year for our football club. We're very proud of our position in this market. We're very proud to be Melbourne's NRL team, and we want to make sure that we start next year off on the right note. We've set ourselves an ambitious goal of 25,000 members. That would put us as one of the largest rugby league clubs, not only in Australia but in the world. And we're delighted that we've got the opportunity to start the season against Leeds Rhinos, who are such a force in rugby league in the Northern Hemisphere. So it's going to be a great game.
Dave, you mentioned the continued growth of the game, rugby league in this great state. This is another great opportunity for the club to continue to grow the game at grassroots level as well. That opportunity to showcase, how important is that?
Yeah, I think the Minister summed it up really well before. The investment that's been made in rugby league in this state is being demonstrated at the moment. The increased participation out to over 4,000 players on every weekend, 80,000 kids in schools experiencing some form of rugby league each year. You've got a Rugby League World Cup quarter-final this weekend, England against Papua New Guinea, and certainly for the English men and women that are in Melbourne, they get that opportunity now to come back, which is wonderful. State of Origin next year. You've got we had the Rugby League World Cup open not long ago. And obviously the success that we've been able to enjoy, which we certainly don't take for granted, but the success that we've had as a club, I think holds the game in good stead in this market. And for us, as I said, in our 20th year, as we're pushing forward towards 25,000 members, it's a perfect way to start our year.
Thanks very much, Dave. Time now to introduce the man, Dave's opposing number, in Gary Hetherington of the Leeds Rhinos. Gary, welcome to Melbourne, welcome to Australia, of course. This match is the first time your club will have travelled outside the UK to play for the World Club Challenge. How excited are you and the playing group to get this opportunity?
Yes, well, on behalf of Leeds Rhinos and Super League Europe, we're delighted to be coming to Melbourne. I think Leeds Rhinos and Melbourne Storm have been the Code's two most successful clubs over the last 20 years. Leeds and Melbourne are two great cities of the world. We've hosted the Storm 3 times in Leeds, all been terrific games, never more than 9 points separating the teams on all 3 occasions. We recognise it's 2-1 to the Storm, and we're delighted to be coming here to Melbourne to what will be our ultimate challenge. It'll be our 8th World Club final, and of course this is the ultimate prize. You've got to win your own competition to compete in the World Club Challenge, and then there is one shot at it, and we know the pain of defeat and the glory of victory, and so the Leeds Rhinos will be coming to Melbourne with the aim of winning the title and competing in what will be a terrific occasion.
Thanks so much, Gary, and good luck to you and to Leeds. Now to our premiership coach from 2017, Craig Bellamy, a 4-time premiership coach with an unbelievable winning percentage, 68%, ladies and gentlemen. He's due to coach his 400th NRL game in round 5 next season, Craig Bellamy. Craig, firstly, congratulations to you on the Storm on 2017. This is another chance for a bit more silverware. No doubt the players and yourself will be relishing the chance to get back out here on AAMI Park in front of a big crowd.
Yeah, it's always got a great home ground here, and we've got some really passionate and loyal fans. So I'm sure they'll turn out Feb 15 for the World Club Challenge. I think Gary made a really good point there. Like World Club Challenge is a very prestigious event. You have to win the premiership to actually be in it. So winning the premiership's one thing, and that's what you work for so hard for 9 months of the year for. But to actually go and play a game against the winner of the Super League is to me a really big event. And I know that 3 times that I've been involved in the World Club Challenge, we've gone over to Leeds. It's been a wonderful experience for all our players, to be quite honest. Not only the actual match, but to go over there for I think we usually go for 10 days, 2 weeks, have a practice game out there before the big game, and get used to the conditions, because they're a little bit different to here at that time of the year, obviously. But it's been a wonderful experience, and I'm sure the Leeds team and all the coach and all their players will have all their staff will have a wonderful time. They come here, and it's a bit of a chance to bond and get those bonds stronger, for the rest of the year, for the rest of their competition over there. So it's as I said, we're really looking forward to it. We love playing in the World Club Challenge, and obviously I think when Storm won the premiership in '99, they played St Helens, but since I've been here and the World Club Challenge we've played in, we've all played against Leeds, so we know Gary pretty well. There's still some of the players that played 10 years ago in the first World Club Challenge. Brian McDermott, the coach, I know him really well. He's a wonderful guy and a great coach, so we've got to know each other pretty well, but it'll be gloves on when we start the game.
Gloves will be on, indeed. Thanks very much, Craig. Questions now from the floor for any of these 4 gentlemen, if you want to raise your hand, and I'm sure we've got some microphones for you as well. Don't be shy. Anyone?
Gary, Spencer Casimir from 4020 magazine. You were mentioning that this is the ultimate challenge, and I was hoping you could elaborate a little bit more on what you meant by that.
Yes, well, our club is 128 years old, and so we've had many wonderful moments and occasions, and particularly over the last 20 years, and winning the World Club Challenge has been the ultimate, and we've done that on 3 separate occasions in England. But to actually come here to the Southern Hemisphere, to come to Melbourne, to take on the team that I believe has been probably the best club side that I've ever seen, the Melbourne Storm team of last year, to take on those in their own territory would represent our biggest ever challenge, and if we were to be successful, and that's our aim, then that would be indeed the finest victory in the club's 128-year history. And we know the challenge ahead, because not only are we playing against probably the best club side that certainly I've ever seen, but we're taking on a very formidable force. We know that the fiercely competitive NRL, that teams from the NRL that come to play here at AAMI Park, they come here on the record shows with about a 10% chance of winning, and not even achieve that in a lot of cases. So that is the size of our challenge. To be coming here in February is a tremendous challenge. But our players and our coaching staff are not daunted by that challenge. They're excited by it. So they're really looking forward to the visit and to the challenge, to experience the game and to ultimately experience the result as well. And we'll also bring fans and sponsors and other people from Leeds and Yorkshire and the wider rugby league community will come and visit the city. And I've been spent some time here as well just recently. I know what a wonderful city Melbourne is and how much they'll enjoy that experience as well. So yes, our ultimate challenge.
Craig, how do you rate the challenge on your side in terms of the Storm? Obviously, due to the schedule with the World Cup, and your rep boys will probably be coming back very late, and also your you'll be losing a lot of experience out of that grand final side as well.
Yeah, we will be. Obviously, with Cooper and Jordan, Toru and Slade all gone. But we've always, I suppose, taken the mentality that when someone misses out, someone else gets a chance. So that's what we're looking at. Some young guys in our squad that will get a chance to grab those positions with both hands. So and that'll be their first opportunity, the World Club Challenge. So I suppose for both clubs it's not ideal in that the World Cup is on this year, and I don't think the two governing bodies probably thought the World Club Challenge wasn't going to happen this year because of the World Cup and the late finish. So a few of our guys that are playing, especially with the Australian side, probably they'll be late back to train. They won't have a whole heap of preparation, but it'll be the same for the Leeds players that are playing in the England side. So like I say, it's not ideal at that time of year, but as I said, it's a prestigious event, and we're really, as I said, we're really looking forward to it. Our older blokes will when they finish their World Cup commitments, and as I said, they'll be looking forward to it, and there'll be some opportunities for our young guys in our squad, to grab some positions that have been left vacant, from last year.
Was there a chance that the game with the World Cup Challenge wouldn't go ahead, or Club Challenge, sorry, wouldn't go ahead because of the World Cup?
There was some uncertainty about it because obviously the World Cup does make it difficult, but I think such was the passion, particularly by both the Super League and the NRL. It's now a very established competition. I think we've been competing for it now since 1999, and intermittently before that as well, going back into the 1980s. So there's a wonderful history and tradition, and I think the two big competitions in the world of rugby league is the NRL and the Super League, and so it's fitting that we should pick the champions together on an annual basis to find out who is the ultimate team. I think indeed there is a passion and a desire and a vision to expand the World Club Challenge to become a World Club Series as well, to include other leading clubs of the NRL and Super League, so it becomes an annual festival of the very best teams. I think we can all see by the current World Cup in rugby league just how much interest there is in international sport, in international rugby league. Well, there's also a great passion and desire from the fans especially to see the best clubs pitted against each other. And of course we are 12,000 miles apart, but to be able to bring them together in such a meaningful competition as a World Club Challenge and ultimately a World Series is something that both hemispheres are striving towards. And I think the traditions of Leeds Rhinos and Melbourne Storm is a very fitting one for this for the 2018. But it is in many ways an opportunity for the sport to grow and develop beyond the World Club Challenge itself.